What was the point of that, Adam? Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 13th episode of the show, Power Rangers Zeo, as well as the 168th episode overall, titled Mean Screen. We start this episode at the study hall area at school, and wow, we're learning what a website is. Man, this is hilarious watching now because it's not 1996 anymore. Adam and Tanya have joined computer club with some random guy named Raymond. Tanya sees a random smiling face and she clicks on it, and now it's time for the stupidest thing ever. A countdown clock from 45 seconds starts, and Raymond has to hurry to get something onto a floppy drive to stop the entire computer lab from crashing. He puts it into Tanya's computer and it works. Apparently. Wow, how's that for drama, Power Rangers? They're relieved that no one had to just unplug the computers themselves, I guess. Someone should have just gotten on the phone, would have canceled everything. In space, the Machine Empire is also watching this stupid scene, and they want to send down a virus to screw up everything. Mondo suggests his new monster, Mean Screen. Adam finds a martial arts chat room, and I wonder if he's going to donate to a Nigerian prince soon. Tanya leaves to meet up with Tommy to learn a new kata, but then Rocky and Kat show up, and Adam shows Rocky this cool new martial arts chat room. Mean Screen is somewhere in Angel Grove with Clink and Orbis, and he hooks up into something, getting the blueprints of the Zords. Then he injects the virus, and now literally anything mechanical in Angel Grove is going crazy. I mean, some poor woman has to start watching O-Ranger with the camera tracking still on it. Also, money comes spitting out. I mean, how's that bad? Also, a motion sensor door isn't working, and neither is a gate. Bulk and Skull get the call to get into action with Stone as they're getting their bike ready, and they decide to take out their biggest tool yet: white gloves and whistles. They didn't hear where to meet up at all, so they're just gonna have to kind of wing it. Adam then gets another virus because these kids keep trying to see pixelated boobs, and Adam unplugs the one plug, completely unplugging the entire computer lab. I mean, you know what? Forget it. Whatever. Adam, Rocky, and Kat leave, getting an update from Zordon about Mean Screen. They're about to teleport out, but then Cogs show up in front of them, so it's morphin' time. The Rangers fight off the Cogs, and I can't stress enough just how much better the American stunt teams have gotten nowadays. Also, who color corrected this? I mean, Kat looks like a freaking highlighter, and I feel like that's been an issue this entire season. Tommy and Tanya show up at a computer center morphed. Apparently, they got the coordinates from Alpha, and they're looking around when Mean Screen just comes through a freaking computer, hitting them. Now we're back at the other three, and Adam decides to show off by fighting with one hand behind his back. Then Adam tells them to leave because they have a virus to catch. Probably not the best phrasing ever, Adam. The Cogs leave. Tommy and Tanya are getting fired up by Mean Screen, and then the others run in, and he spreads a virus to the laser pistols. All five are panicking, trying to get away. Then Tommy's dumbass says to use the pistols again, and of course they don't work because duh. Alpha is freaking out seeing this all happen. He says that as soon as he gets rid of one part of the virus, it just pops up elsewhere. Alarms go off and they find out that the virus is in the Zords now too, and Zordon warns them how they can't just come together into the Megazord now. Mean Screen hits the Rangers and they decide to just run away. The Rangers have split up, running through the industrial underground of the building, and the pipes and stuff are just getting wrecked throughout this entire fight. Then Mean Screen selects a bomb from his screen, causing more explosions around the Rangers, and they fly out of a window in the building, crashing onto the ground. The Rangers take out the Zeo blaster, firing at Mean Screen, but nope, that doesn't work either. I mean, this guy's getting a little overpowered here. He hits them back, knocking them onto the ground. Tommy lets Zordon know that their weapons kinda suck now, and Alpha is working on a reconfiguration of the Defender wheel for them. He's actually automatically already setting it there with the Rangers, and Tommy gets in, taking it out for a spin. Mean Screen tries to put his virus in it, but it doesn't work thanks to the firewall, I guess, that Alpha installed, so Tommy finally lands a hit. Clink and Orbis show up and they follow Mondo's orders to make Mean Screen grow giant, and as they say, increase his dimensions. Whoever was writing the dialogue for this episode was having a lot of fun. The Rangers see how he's giant, and Zordon warns them that they can't do much without the Zords. Cool, thanks Zordon. Adam has an idea, leaving. The Green Ranger then shows up next to Raymond in the computer club room, and Adam basically asks him for help. He gives Adam a floppy drive, and the Green Ranger teleports out. Raymond then says that they're never going to believe about this on the internet. Adam shows up in the power chamber, and Zordon just says off screen how it's gonna work now, it'll cure the Zords, and it'll just all great, they can't be reinfected. That sounds like you're drawing attention to something I hadn't even considered. Alpha uses the floppy disk, and yeah, it works. The Rangers call out their Zeo Zords, forming the Zeo Megazord. Mean Screen attaches wires to them, attempting to reinfect them with the virus, and then there are just explosions, but nothing else. Alpha is also in the power chamber, saying that his main source of power is his screen. Then Adam gets in the center, giving Mean Screen some RAM. Seriously, that's the joke. Then Rocky uses his helmet to make the computer crash. Again, that's literally the joke. They then just use the Zeo saber, hitting Mean Screen and putting him into a permanent state of the blue screen of death. In space, Clank gets blamed for Mean Screen failing even though Sprocket took credit for it before. We see Bulk and Skull at their spot and they finally get a car that comes up and they stop him. Also, they say they're at an intersection, but they're definitely at a dead end. Stone gets out of the car pissed off. He demands that they hand over their gloves and whistles, and then he just takes them. Weird. Zoran congratulates Adam on being so good at this computer stuff, and Adam says that it's usually Billy's specialty. Yeah, I guess just F off, Alpha. Then Billy shows up on the viewing globe, almost like he was eavesdropping, and he says that the Equations are going to resolve everything through peaceful means, so he's coming home. I mean, that's nice, but also very unrealistic. Then Mondo and Machina talk about how it would be nicer if Billy just got lost on his way home. They're going to send a little welcome home party for Billy as he comes back, ending the episode with some evil laughter. This episode's like really funny looking at it through a modern lens because, well, it's all about how cool but also dangerous the internet can be. It immediately dates the show more so than just the fashion choices and the dialogue, but I think it's really interesting to see how this hyperbole of how they think that basically the internet is potentially going to ruin the entire earth super easily is actually like plausible to them. This episode relied a lot on Japanese footage, and I think we only saw Tommy out of suit like a single time at the end, which means that usually it'd be a pretty difficult episode to get through, but for some reason it actually kind of worked with this one. Also, I like how much focus Adam is getting this season, and even Tanya is still learning how to fight better. It's a shame Cat might as well just be like a stuffed animal. Next time, we'll find out just how Billy's trip back to Earth goes. But until then, may the power protect you.